So my skink had a perfect shed. And a lot of people have come and asked me, what do I do for his enclosure? And when I tell them, they say, I've never seen a skink enclosure like that before. Well, I have had animals my whole life of a variety. When I was young, I had a mother who refused to buy a bunch of different things, and you had to make do with what you had around the house. And if it didn't make do, then, it died, and you didn't get another one, or she'd sometimes get you another one and wait for that one to die too. Anyways, so I'm very used to arranging things and making things that I already have work. And I got this, it's a Ferret Nation cage, and I got it for free. So we've got the iguana in the top right now. He's obviously going to eventually outgrow it, but right now it's perfect for him. And we've got the skink in the middle layer, and I want to get another skink to put in the bottom. But right now, it's that way. Now the iguana was able to escape through these bars, but the skink could escape. The skink could escape if he wanted to, but he's not smart enough to turn sideways. He tries to go through straight through, and he can't fit straight through. But if he was to turn sideways, he would be able to get through the bars. But again, he doesn't do that. So I don't have to worry about reinforcing this. Are you thinking about jumping off the ledge there, buddy? What? It was just me. Stop it. So, with this Ferret Nation cage, you usually get 2 levels that, your ferret or your rabbit can hop onto, whatever you're using the cage for. And this middle part right here comes with the tray as well. And then you have a tray for the bottom. So each of these layers has a tray, and then you have these, and each of these have a tray. And usually most people leave this open, but I wanted to make most use of this cage, so I separated the bottom. You see he's trying to get back to the top of the top part. He likes being at the top. He's trying to get back in there, but we're not ready for you, buddy. You gotta wait. I'm telling a story. So, we put wire on this bottom so nothing can get from the bottom to there, because we want that a clean divide. And wire all the way around the top so the iguana can't escape. I put these on the bottom just to have it there so I can say I had it there. I don't need it there, but it helps with light when I try to take pictures to show the individual levels. The white helps with the lighting, which is also why I have that fabric on the back, because that white, reflects light, and that helps with the lighting for pictures. So, but I don't need it. Nothing's in this bottom yet. What I did was, after dividing this part and putting wire there, we took the tray out of it. Well, we took the tray out of it before, obviously, because you can't reach it to put wire. But anyways, you get the point. And I want to keep all the parts and pieces together in case one day we have to use it as a whole cage again. So I stuck the tray under there. It is clean. I cleaned everything and disinfected it first, but it's got some nasty stains left over. It was chewed up pretty bad. The guy who gave it to me had the rats in it, and the rats were in and out of the cage. I mean, it does not hold a rat in it, and we could have reinforced it and put the rats back in it, but I had other cages that I wanted to use for the rats that were outside cages. I thought this was going to be better for the skink and for the iguana, and I was going to be able to make more room in the house and stuff for them, because, we're in a tiny one-bedroom house. And it's just a lot of room to have a lot of cages. So I figured that by the time the iguana's done, I could put another skink up there and probably divide that too and put more skinks in there, and I could have a whole skink thing right here just out of this one cage. So this is the bottom tray, and then this was the top bottom tray, which is cut out so that things can, go to the second layer. And then there's these. So I took these and I brought them down, and I put them side by side. And it doesn't look like it would work, but it will, and it did, and it does. You'd have to be really careful about what you put in the bottom, because something could push it up and, get up in there and get your skink. So, you'd want to make sure that whatever's in the bottom is a bottom dweller, for one, and for two, not strong enough to lift all that top up. Which, by the time I put the water bowl there and the hide there, that should take care of it. But still, I wouldn't, put a snake in the bottom and my skink there, because that would, obviously, my snake could get through. So, I'm just trying to give you examples. But I would do a skink and a skink, or a bearded dragon and a skink, or something like that. So then, you put your trays in. And by the time the trays go in there, I think I did that wrong. I see it. Yep, I did that one wrong. Hang on. That's why I was having a hard time. Oh, look at that skink. Ain't he clever? He really wants in his part. Hang on, let me put this down, because I cannot hold the phone and do all this too. Okay, buddy, come here. Is that better? You got your part back now? Are you home now? Does that make you happy? Alright, so that's the right corner. So I put these on right. And then, after I get them both on, hang on, I gotta put this down again. Alright, so after I get them both on, it makes another level, side by side. I put this heater down. They always tell you not to, because it can melt plastic, so you don't put it next to, plastic or anything like that. But, that's my get out of my way, I'm working right now, Otis. That's what that is for. That's my get out of my way, I'm working right now, Otis. But this one is actually like a 17 watt, I think it is. It's pretty low, it's not too hot, but it's also made for plants, and it was made to sit right on the plastic containers that you start seeds out in. It's actually heated to heat the seeds so that the seeds will start to grow more. So it doesn't get that hot even as the 17 watt, because it's not a reptile mat. So anyways, they're $20 at Walmart. They're perfect. And I put that right down there because it's not going to melt this plastic. And it's not going to melt this plastic that's on the back of these pea pads. I get my pea pads from Walmart for people, not for puppies. The ones for puppies, you get a few. They're really small. They're like not even half of these, the length of these. And they're very expensive. I get them for people at Walmart. You get like 24 or 42 or something like that to a pack, and it's like $17. And I think you get like 6 for puppy pads, and they're like $20. So it's a big difference. They're twice as long, twice as padded, and that is much less expensive. And that is what I use. So now a lot of people say that's, a lot of people believe in, eco-earth and making natural habitats. But one of the great things about skinks is that a lot of people, you can successfully keep them in storage bins. That's made them very popular with just a little bit of newspaper and stuff. And so for me, this was like, well, what's the difference? It's not, this is not newspaper, but what is the difference if I use this in a cage versus them just putting it in a plain, boring storage bin? And I don't see a difference, personally. And so I give them a little hide, And he loves his little hide, which is this right here. And I got to scrub this before I put it back in there, so you're not going to see that for this video. You're not going to see me put it back in there and what it looks like when I'm done. But I use this. This was off a truck, brake thing off a truck. And I, washed it up real good and bleached it and yakety yak and spray painted it. And it looks real pretty. Oh, he loves it. And for a water bowl, I use a big old glass baking dish. And I mean one of the big baking dishes. And he can lay in it and soak in it as well as drink from it. And he gets a bowl of dog food. And I give him different things every now and then. We give him chicken and boiled eggs and locusts. We just gave him his first locust. He loved that. Gets mealworms, dried mealworms, fresh mealworms, live mealworms, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, he's a very happy little skink, as you'll see in many, many pictures and videos that I have. But I guess that will answer your question about what I'm doing for his caging. One of my favorite things about this is that I also use a glass bowl up there for his water, for the iguana's water, and I've left it pretty open, so the UVB light shines down through here. So skinks don't need UVB, but I feel better because he's getting some. And I don't have to provide an extra bulb and run the extra electricity, which gets more expensive, and he's still getting some UVB, which he gets it when he goes outside and stuff, and on his harness, as you'll see in many videos. I've taken him to the flying air circus and different things that I do with him, so he gets plenty, but I always feel better because, he's getting it from up there. It's low, but he doesn't need any. They've been raised very successfully without any bone diseases or any health issues at all. And but I always feel better because he's getting a little bit on a regular basis. And I guess that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else I would need to tell you all. He's just a very happy little skink.